Slick Roy. How you like my hair? Yeah. Anyway, got your motorcycle parts right here. Ooh. Step one was to remove the carburetor. Carbs are in really good shape. As you can see, they're all good. Not dirty, not funky, but the problem is that these little guys in here have these little black seals. You see them? They're supposed to stick. Yeah. They're supposed to stick in there, and they just come right out, which means that they're probably allowing either air or fuel. And this one lets fuel in. So this one's allowing fuel to leak in even when the carb floats are completely full. So we're going to be replacing all of the rubber components, you know, little needle guys like this that block off all the gasoline from coming in and allows it to come in. And then there's more seals right there. We're going to be replacing those to get them up to spec. That should solve the leaking carb issues. And I got to put this son of a bitch back in. It's a real pain in the ass. Second project was to remove your brakes. So here's your brake caliper removed. Look how tiny that little guy is. Yeah, so cute. Anyway, I cleaned it out. It was still usable. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times there's a lot of rust and shit on the inside, but I was able to clean it out real good. I bought you a brand new piston. See how shiny it is? And I put a high temp silicone grease on it already. New seal. That bad boy's ready to go. This is your old piston. You can see those little chunks of rust on there? I scraped the shit out of it, but the pitting is the issue. When you have pitting like that, what happens is when this brake piston pushes the plate, as you apply pressure to your brake lever, this piston inside pushes on the pad. So pretend like the pad is on this side right here. So as you apply pressure to your brake lever, it pushes this piston onto the pad, which squeezes the rotors. Oh shit. Fucking bastard. Anyway, so when you see a line of corrosion like that, that means brake fluid, just a little bit here and there, is going to leak out of your system into the brake rotors. And what that'll cause little air bubbles to form in the system, potentially, or just brake fluid leaking onto your brake pads, which basically renders them useless. That's not good. Now, the brakes did work before this, just not very well. And it was very hard to roll because I thought it was a bearing issue, but it wasn't. These brakes were seized in place because of all the corrosion and shit. I should have taken a picture of it before I actually, cleaned it all out and made it look all nice. Here's your old brake pad. See, this is what it looked like all on the inside of your brakes. This brake pad came out of the inside of there. So that's what it looked like before, with all that shit, corrosion, and funk on there. That's why the brakes weren't returning after you let go of the lever. That's why the brakes weren't returning to where they should be. So I got new brake pads coming, and check these bad boys out right here. New brake lines. Ooh. Usually typically you don't have to do that, but this was your lower brake line. Another reason why your brakes weren't working appropriately was because this lower brake line actually had a stoppage in it. It had a chunk of shit, or it was probably rust from the braking system because it had been sitting for so long, and the guy probably never bled the brakes properly before we purchased it. Because if it's clean fluid in there and it's not really used, it should last a very long time. He obviously did not rebuild the piston, or it was never ever done. So there was a blockage in that little hole right in there. So I actually blew it out, and it is usable, but there's still corrosion inside the line that you can never get rid of. And what happens when there's a little bit of corrosion? It spreads. So, it'll never go away. So we got two. We got a brand new upper, and we got a brand new lower, along with some brand new fuel line. Because this is the fuel line from your carb. It's barely pliable anymore. Like, it's pliable here, like towards the bottom, but this is the part that actually connects to your actual petcock, which allows gas from the gas tank to go into your carburetors. So when this connects to your petcock that's attached to your gas tank, it barely fits on there. Cause look, I'm squeezing it right now, like really hard, and it's barely budging. You see those like little cracks and shit in there? When I squeeze it, it's because it's old as fuck. It's all right. We got you some new stuff. So the gas tank's gonna be fucking golden. Carbs are gonna be golden. Brakes are gonna be golden. It's gonna run. Wow! Slick Roy McCoy. Back for part 2. All right. Carburetors today. I finally got the kits, the rebuild kits right here. I actually already did them already. So we got all the new brass components in there. They're all cleaned. Already got 2 back on right now. You know, it's just a matter of, they got new gaskets, all new brass hardware, all new O-rings. Yeah, so you look at, see if I can find one of the old ones. Yeah, like, for example, this is half of one of the old O-rings that was around the thing. And look at, it's not even soft anymore, it's just disintegrating. That's one of the reasons why the carbs were leaking. So I should have this thing back together soon. And if the dickhead mailman who delivered the packages to the wrong house today ever gets his shit together, stupid fucking mail jagoff, fucking government employee, that dickhead ever gets his shit straight, maybe I'll get the other package. And that other package will allow me to finish the brakes. I'm just waiting for washers at this point. So I don't even know. I mean, I don't even want to wait for this prick. I might have to go to AutoZone tomorrow and just get the rest, but it's coming along good there, Slick. We want Roy McCoy. Episode 3. All right. So there she is. Almost put back together again. Got the carbs in there, all rebuilt. I turned the gas on, and I don't see any signs of leakage. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let's see if the damn thing runs after I'm done with it. That'll be the true test. Anyway, got a brand new air filter. Here's your old one. I looked at it when I pulled it out. I'm like, you know, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that fucking dirty. Then I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, this side looked a little bit worse. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? To be on the safe side, let's just order a new one. Yeah, here's a big difference. Look at that. Difference in color. You can see how freaking dirty this thing is. Shit. Anyway, brand new OEM filter, which are hard to find, but I got a deal on one for 20 bucks. Everybody else was selling them for 40. This guy must have just had one left or got rid of his bike or something. So nice and swanky. Got your new battery. Oh, but you know, check this bad boy out. Get some fresh power in this baby. And all I have to do is hook that battery up at this point, put the battery cover on, and we'll see if this baby fires up. Stay tuned. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That nigga fired right up. That's right. Not seeing any leakage either. That's good. That's real good. Listen to that baby purr. I don't see any signs of gas leaking from your tubes. That's awesome. gonna be taking it for a test spin in a few. See how it goes. Nice. Oh. All right. Think of the final episode over here of the cb400f rebuilding. Gotta get to the gauntlet of the garage. I had to basically move everything in the garage to get at it, but there she is. Whoa. Look how shiny it is too. That cover's missing. I have no idea where it went. I believe it broke at one point. I don't remember how and where it ended up. But that cover's gone, so I'm looking for another one. But yeah, the brakes are all good. The carb's all good. Thing runs like a kitten. I took it for about a 45-minute ride. It's strong. I'm going to give it another, like a good hour ride, and then I'm going to change the oil and oil filter. And this thing's ready to go. This thing's pam, pam, pam. All right, so